that I had allowed myself to get like this, and didn't know until I started to go back and look through the photos of my family, and I noticed that I had my family in the photos, but not me. So there was no photos of me for years.
You didn't want to?
No, I didn't want to, and I didn't even know that I was doing that.
Right.
So after I got back,
so it was deep in the back of your mind that you wanted to be a J.
You know, time was taking care of my children. That's all I cared about. I had a daughter that had special needs, and so it was all about her. And then my son came 6 years after her, and so I was trying to deal with both of them, and I just really lost my identity.
Right. Yeah. I think that happens with a lot of women.
Yes.
You know, especially coming out of raising children, and now you're coming into another phase of life, you don't know what to do, and find out and come to the realization that you're not in great shape, that you don't look as good as you do.
Yes.
How do those, what we'd like to do in the show is find out how those women get started.
Well,
in other words, does it have to be a shock therapy type of thing, like a picture?
It has to be something that you want to do for yourself. You can't want to do it for your husband or your boyfriend or your significant other. You just have to want to make yourself better. I was at a point in my life where if I walked up 2 or 3 steps, I was out of breath. I wasn't a healthy eater. And so I had to take it upon myself to want to make myself healthier so that I could be a better mom, so I could be a better wife. And so I started out 3 days a week. Yes. So I had them for like 3 days a week. I worked out 5 days a week. Just start with what you can. Basically, I couldn't do very much. So with the cardio wise, I started off with like 5 minutes. And then I just worked my way up as I, conquered 5 minutes at level 5. Then go next week, 10 minutes, level 6. I think sometimes as moms and as we get older, we just think that we can't look better. Like, okay, I'm almost 53. So I think you think, okay, well, there's just no way I can get back there. This is impossible. It's not impossible.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, it's not impossible. A life change, though. It was. Every day.
I do that.
Well, my philosophy was if I eat the whole cake today, then it won't be here tomorrow, and I won't have any none left. Well, I just got up and went to Publix and bought another one. So therefore, this just become everyday thing. And I'm a foodie, so food is what comforts me. It makes me feel better.
Right.
And so I had to get past, okay, this is fine in moderation, but not every day.
Right.
So on top of going to the gym, I started working on my eating habits a little bit at a time.
How did you do that?
I just started watching more of what I ate. I didn't necessarily count calories. I just tried to wean myself off of sugar, like cakes and donuts and candy and chocolate.
How about carbs?
Carbs, that I had to wean myself off slowly. Because if I don't, I get lethargic. Like, I'm tired. I can't function if I don't have it. Or if it's pasta, it's like a multi-grain pasta or a wheat pasta, and I tried to handle. Before, I'd had literally a plate full of pasta like this with meatballs and spaghetti.
How did you learn about nutrition?
I taught myself. You know what? With Google and everything that's out there, you can go through and find something. really tired.
Oh.
You just have to pick the right carbs. You know, cutting them out is not necessarily a bad thing. But the other thing is everybody's body shape is different. Like for me, that works for me. But there are some people that literally, I have friends that they can look at a carb and they gain weight.
Right.
So then you have to look into something that's a little different, whereas maybe you don't have carbs for breakfast or dinner, and just you know, some people cut carbs out completely, but I don't necessarily think that's the best thing for you. I just think I just think you should pick a better carb choice.
You know what I've been doing in the last 6 months is probably overdoing protein.
Oh, I don't know if you can overdo protein.
Well, you know what? I just feel
not,
like
not as much as you work out in here.
you know, as you age, your muscles get smaller, less capacity. But protein seems, in fact, I'm benching more than I thought I would ever again in my life.
Yeah.
And I think it's from the protein. It's just, you know, because as you get older, you tend to get away from protein.
Some people probably do, yeah. I notice with me, with my fitness journey, is when I eat more protein, I get more definition. Like my shoulders.
That's good that you can
see
that. Like
yeah, and I also do like protein drinks.
Yeah.
There's a protein cookie out there by Quest that I absolutely love. I'm addicted to the chocolate chip. So I actually have 2 protein shakes a day and a protein cookie, which is like a protein bar, on top of eating a couple boiled eggs in the morning, turkey for lunch, chicken or so for me, protein is huge. And I function better. I have more energy. I get a better muscle mass. I kind of work out old school, so I like to lift. You know, I'm not really a class person.
Yeah.
So
What's your philosophy on lifting? When you do a workout, you break them up into different body parts?
Yes, I do.
Each
Like
day?
on Fridays, I'll do legs. Wednesday, I'll do back and buys. And then on Friday, I'll do tries and shoulders. And then when I have time, I'll get a second leg day in on Thursdays. Because my legs is just something that I think I need to work twice a week. And then I also, on Tuesday and Thursdays, the days I'm not training, I'll do abs.
Yeah.
So, and I'll spend about 40 minutes doing abs on the floor, and then I use the ab machines.
I try to get 40 minutes to an hour of abs every day.
Oh, right. That's a lot.
And that's why, you know, wash your clothes right here.
Just get your six-pack in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You just can't see it.
Well, that's a tremendous story. What's your
thank
goal now? What are you trying to do now?
My goal,
Maintain?
honestly, I'm just trying to be the best April. So every day I wake up, I just try to be better than I was the day before.
How do you do that?
Discipline.
I mean, because the day before,
Discipline.
the day
And
before, I'm always like very good. Very good.
No, well, you know what? I'm good till the weekends get here, and then I do think that you have. So when the weekend gets here, that is like, you know, Friday I like to have like my filet mignon, baked potato, you know, a chocolate bar about this big. Everything's good in moderation.
Right, sure.
But during the week, I try to listen to my body. Sometimes, you know, my back gets a little messed up, but I try to push through it. But I do lift heavy for a woman. I think women are under this philosophy. They think if they lift like a guy, they're going to look like a guy.
Right.
We're not genetically formed to look like a man. I'm here to tell you, I curl 20 pounders, okay? This don't look like a guy. You know, it's like we get so much wrong information out there that we don't know what it is as a woman that we can do. I'm over the age of 50. I shouldn't be squatting and doing heavy weights.
Terrible. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something.
Well, that's
the
what
more
I told you about lifting heavy.
Yeah,
They-
well-
they don't recommend that for guys my age. Because
Well,
I'm gonna
okay.
be 30 in November.
well, if you're 30, I'm 12.
Well, I lift hard. I lift very hard. I wear myself out. No.
Well, you know, here's the thing. The more muscle mass and the more muscle that you have, you burn just walking around your house or cleaning your house or exercising. So therefore, you're burning more calories. And because I have a lot more muscle mass on me now, I can do half the cardio that I used to do. And I'm still the same size. I haven't gained any weight because my muscles on me have made me gain weight and muscle mass and not fat.
That's a theory and a philosophy too.
It is. And
I tried it for a period where I really cut back on the cardio and just up the weight training.
yeah.
And found that was probably cut more calories than anything.
Yeah. It's almost sometimes easier if you're going by a scale or if you're going by, what you look like, to do the cardio and the more aerobic type exercises to get almost to the size that you want to, and then start lifting heavy, because when you do put on muscle mass, a year just to lose 20 pounds because I was putting on muscle mass. And so I didn't do it that way, and I wish that I had, because I think it would have made me a little bit happier of a person, because I would get so frustrated. I'd be like, oh my goodness, like, why am I gaining weight,
So you didn't know that at the time?
I didn't know, and it was just like in my journey, and that's why I try to help other women, or any age actually, even the younger generation have these same issues as a woman. But once you get closer to your weight goal, it's easier. Like, it just becomes easier. But you can do both, and I did both because I was losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time. And if you can just psychologically tell yourself, don't get on the scale, you'll be fine.
Right.
That's what I would tell women. If you're going to do both, if you're going to lift weights and you're going to do cardio, just don't get on the scale. Go by how you look in your clothes. That is key. Because the scale, it is not your best friend.
Well, it's been very informative.
Yeah.
And we have to, going forward, maybe we could take somebody like this, put them through a routine.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to. That would be awesome. See if y'all can keep up.
How about if we did?
I bet you could.
How about we did a thing where you did design a routine and we would take people through it?
Yeah, absolutely.
From week to week.
Yes, absolutely. That'd be fun.
All right,
I agree.
see you, everybody.
Bye.